In a world where everyone seems to have an opinion on everything, there's one person who remains a mystery. That'd be Vice President Kamala Harris.
We're hours away from polls opening, and voters are still confused on where the woman stands on the most key issues. Axios coining her the no comment candidate, noting her silence on issues like, let me take a breath before I start reading these, reparations, support for sanctuary cities, taxpayer-funded gender surgeries for inmates, ending the death penalty on a federal level, ending the filibuster, electric vehicle mandates, and will she or won't she install a climate envoy in every major U.S. embassy in the world? We may never know until it happens, question mark.
Join us now, former California Republican Party Chair Tom Del Beccaro is with us. Tom, good to see you. So again, Kamala Harris raised money to bail out the rioters in Minneapolis during the George Floyd riots. But here, she would have an opportunity to go, you know what? I'm with Prop, I think it's 36, to go, we are going to crack down on retail theft. I'm going to take a strong stance on crime, right? I'm going to amend my ways in the past. But by not saying anything, I have to believe that she actually is opposed to Prop 36. And I guess no one in I think in this building knows her better than you do. You ran against her. You're a guy from California. Who is Kamala Harris?
A person who isn't very brave or decisive. How can you be a leader and not tell people your position on key issues? Crime? Is that not one of the biggest issues facing America today? And she's afraid, literally afraid, to tell Americans, here's where I stand on this. Now, keep in mind, in California, that PPIC poll that says 73% overall are in favor of this, 68% of Democrats are in favor of it in the state. And she can't even join with them. So how committed is she to being soft on crime? The answer is she won't even support 68% of Democrats in her home state.
One of the issues could be that in the canvassing that's been happening in the door knocking that they're so proud of in places like Pennsylvania is that particularly male voters and black male voters see her as a cop. And they're trying, there's some reason that she won't comment on this. Well, someone told everything that she does. I get the feeling that someone has told her, don't do that, because you can see the wheels turning in her head as she tries to talk and tries to remember what her sister or someone told her to say or not to say.
So think about the Israeli ads that she runs in Pennsylvania and the opposite ads she runs in Michigan.
Which is vile.
It is. But someone told her, if you say this, you'll alienate on the crime issue. You alienate these people, but if you say this, you'll gain these people. So say nothing. And she's comfortable with that because she's not a natural leader. And where this is really scary is in foreign policy. Do you think Reagan or a Trump got by and did so well in foreign policy being afraid to take stands on issue? That's what scares me the most.
What I think you're saying is, in essence, she might win the presidency, but she's not going to be the president. If you can't make decisions, if you can't be decisive, someone will be. It's maybe just your staff or Obama or Obama's team, but it won't be Kamala Harris.
She's going to be conflict avoidant, but you can't be conflict avoidant in foreign policy because that gets you where we are in the Middle East today and in the Ukraine. So they'll take advantage of her step by step. Yes, on crime here in America, but again, what did JFK say? That domestic politics can defeat us, but foreign policy can kill us. And that's what worries me the most about a person who isn't brave and isn't decisive.
It doesn't take bravery to say theft is a crime, but she can't even do that. Tom Del Beccaro, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Appreciate it. All right.